Hey everyone, welcome back. So it is 3 a.m. Literally on the dot, it's 3 a.m. right now when I'm recording this video, and this is probably one of the earliest uploads, or one of the latest uploads I've ever had, because this is going public. But yeah, this is crazy. But regardless, the global series has concluded in Australia, and oh man, it was a fun game. I'm trying not to get a little bit overhyped because it's preseason, but it was a very fun game to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Preseason games are typically very boring, but this one was a good watch for sure. So first off, it's in Melbourne, Australia. There was over 13,000 fans in the arena, which was mind-boggling, and it's like 6 o'clock there in Australia, which is still crazy to me. And this is another one of those games where I wish I lived on the West Coast because right now it'd be midnight and I could still have a normal sleep schedule, but whatever. It was Copley versus Ingram to start off the game. It did change later on, not because Copley played bad, but because Ingram was planned to come in anyways, which was a smart move. I don't know why they kept Ingram in the whole game, but whatever. But regardless, first period started off with an Arvidsson shot denied. There was a penalty very early on with Juuso Välimäki going to the box for holding, which there was a Byfield shot that was blocked. A Kaliev shot was stopped, and eventually the power play was killed off. There was a Lewis wraparound chance denied. I thought Lewis looked really good. Lewis, obviously a new acquisition for LA, was signed to get to that 1,000 games played mark, and he looked good in that game. I really thought he looked solid in the global series. Had a lot of chances. Looked involved as a fourth liner. That was Lizotte and I believe someone else. So yeah, there was definitely chemistry there. There was like a little bit of a fight, I guess, like a scruffle between Josh Brown and Jacob Doty, which resulted in a 4v4, which a Dubois shot was stopped, the Moser shot was stopped, and a Välimäki shot was stopped, and then it was back to 5v5, and then right after the 5v5, Brown and Doty decided to fight, which I don't know if they did it because they wanted to fight, or if they did it because, hey, we're in Australia, let's entertain these people. Maybe it was a little bit of both. But regardless, it was a good fight. I actually enjoyed it. And obviously they got 5-minute majors, but they did return later on. There was a Mikey Anderson shot that was stopped. It was 7-2 shots wise, LA halfway through the period, and it was really a period where LA took over. It was probably the most dominant period. There was a Spence one timer that was denied. A Shelley shot was stopped. Finally, they got a shot on net. There was a Fiala shot that was stopped, and again, Fiala looked very involved in this game. He looked really good, and I know it's preseason, but he still looks solid. I tried looking at other players, but since this is a global series game, you're going to see a lot of NHL players in here because you want to obviously have the best rosters out there. But regardless, I thought Fiala looked good, and that pretty much did for the first. It was 0-0 after one. Shots were 15-7 in favor of LA. But the second period changed very quickly, and Arizona took the lead for sure. Andreas Englund's shot was denied to start off the second. I thought Englund looked good. I thought he looked physical. I thought he was putting up good offensive chances and was still looking solid defensively. So Andreas Englund, like a 6'5" guy, definitely a good ad there for LA for sure. And then following that was an Arizona goal, ironically. Clayton Keller scoring the first goal in the Southern Hemisphere was something that I've seen in reports. Made it 1-0 Arizona from Schmaltz and Dursey. Sean Dursey's first point as an Arizona Coyote. That's preseason, but whatever. There was a Moser shot that was stopped, followed by an LA penalty. Trevor Lewis went to the box for slashing. There was a Kempe short-handed chance that was denied, and there was a Keller shot that was blocked. And my ass is thinking, well, Arizona sucks in the power play, so, this is going to be another bad power play. But it wasn't. Matthias Micheli scored pretty much right after I thought of that, making it 2-0. Micheli, I made a video on him earlier on in the offseason. I thought he looked great in his rookie season and definitely showed some positivity in this game, creating some good offensive chances. You had Välimäki from Zucker as the assist. And then following that, right after, LA got on the board. It was Adrian Kempe, who also looked good tonight. Made it 2-1 from Jordan Spence, an Australian-born player, so I thought that was nice. It would have been awesome, though, if he scored. If he scored, the first goal of the game, it would have been great. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Usually stuff like that doesn't happen. Shots were 5-1 Arizona halfway through. Of course, the one shot was a goal for LA. And then Arizona kind of just took off after that. Lawson Krause made it 3-1 off of a very nice one-timer in the slot from Nick Bjugstad, and then Logan Cooley, man. Like, oh my God, it was a nice goal. I can't show the highlights on here because it's obviously copyright, but if you get a chance, go look at that freaking goal. Oh my God, it was nice. From Moser and Gunther, nice spinorama move, shoots it while he's falling, and he makes it a 4-1 hockey game. I thought it was an amazing goal, and he's going to challenge for a Calder Trophy for sure. He's definitely going to challenge Bedard for that. There was a penalty on Arizona then following for Alex Kerfoot tripping. There was a Kaliev shot that was stopped during that, and a Denault shot was stopped. But apart from that, the penalty was killed off. But it didn't really matter because LA got one pretty much right afterwards. It was Arvidsson, who again I thought looked good, made a 4-2 from Kevin Fiala, and then they scored again. And I'm like thinking, oh great, here we go, typical Arizona. It was Trevor Moore, who I thought looked good in this game as well. I thought there was a lot of guys that looked good. There wasn't many players that looked bad in my opinion. But he was gonna pass it on the play, but then he's like, you know what, I'll just shoot it, and it went in. So yeah, he makes it 4-3. And then Arizona got a penalty right at the very end of the period. Juuso Välimäki for holding. There was a minute 39 of power play time left for LA in the third. But regardless, it was 4-3 Arizona after that. The shots on net were 18-11 in favor of LA. And then obviously following that period, Phoenix Copley was swapped out for Big Save Dave or David Riddick. I think they did it just so they could give both the goalies time, but it seemed weird Arizona didn't do it. But hey, they're probably going to have Vizmelka start tomorrow, which I will do a game review for as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I cannot wait to stay up again. There was a Fiala shot that went wide, and the penalty was eventually killed off. Liam O'Brien had a shot that was stopped. His beard looking great as always. Mikey Anderson chance was stopped. Another Anglin shot was stopped. An Arvidsson chance was stopped. And then LA got a penalty. It was Trevor Moore for roughing. That was actually followed by an Arizona penalty. Nick Schmaltz for interference. So it was 4-on-4 for a little bit. Then it was an LA power play. But there was a Gavrikov shot stopped. A Kempe shot was stopped. And a Kempe chance was again stopped. And then back to 5v5 basically. And by that point, it was like 5 minutes left in the third. There was a Moore shot that was stopped, and then they decided to pull Riddick with 2:30 left. There was two Arvidsson chances that were stopped, and that pretty much did it. Barry Hayden put in the empty netter, I believe from Keller. I didn't write down the assists before I did this review, but regardless, Hayden made it 5-3, and they did a fun shootout to end the game, which I thought was nice. It was a good game. I actually enjoyed it. Even though it's like a preseason global series, so people may think it's boring. A lot of people probably won't watch this video, especially since it's being posted like 3 in the morning. But I thought it was a fun game. I really did. If I were to pick 3 stars, I didn't write them down. I probably have Ingram first star. Keller I thought had a great game, so second star. And then Kempe I thought looked solid for LA. So yeah, that's your Game 1 Global Series review. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Australians, let me know your thoughts down below. We will do the second game review. I'm going to try and watch a lot of preseason hockey as much as I can. Not review every game, but I am going to a Flyers game that is preseason against the Islanders. So I do plan on vlogging that, I think. But regardless, I will let you all know. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.